Good afternoon, guys. This is DW from Florida. I've had some people ask me how to change tyres. How ironic. You know, the younger generation, they have call-out services, they have the AAA, AA, AA, whatever, throughout Europe, different places. And one of the important things in life is learning how to change a tyre. What if you're on your own? What if you're with your girlfriend? You know, one of the young lads going out driving and potholes everywhere this day and age. In England, they're all over the place. In Florida, they're all over the place. The roadworks are, you know, shot to hell in some cities and towns. And sometimes it's an accident. You're driving on the motorway, or you're driving, you know, whatever, and you get a blowout. Now, that's happened to me many a time before, and it's sometimes scary, but at the same time, you know, as long as you control what you're doing, you know, it's good. What I'm going to show you today is how to change a tyre. Now, there are many styles, shapes, sizes of tyres, but what we're concerned about is literally how to take it off and how to put your spare tyre back on. Now, in the vehicles, in cars, trucks, you know, trucks, they may be under the actual engine or the back of the car, under the RVs or whatever. In England, they're in the boot or the, you know, the back compartment. So you have to lift up and get underneath, unloosen it, and then take it off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, you know, first of all, the F-150s, big vehicles, you've got your trailer tyres down here, and it's all the same situation. There's something what we call lugs. These are what you take off to get your wheel off. Now, obviously, we've got the bigger F350 styles over there, which I'm not worried at the moment, but that's probably another day. And then we've got equipment vehicles. Now, this is my compressor, which I've done a service on before, and it's on my YouTube. What I want to say is, when you are doing any vehicle, first of all, you must be at least on a decent ground. Pull over to the hard shoulder. Don't get yourself in a ditch, you know, going downhill, because you don't want it to topple on you. Try and get a level, even ground. Make sure when you stop on a motorway or hard shoulder or roadside, when you make sure you put your hazards on. Always put your hazards on. Get out the vehicle. Stay away from the roadside unless it's actually on the roadside. Then obviously you can pull in a bit further and let the vehicle topple towards the embankment. Right, now obviously this is higher than a normal car, or probably about the same size as a truck, the height from this. And what you will get is a jack. These are, they've got the oil filled. You'll pump it up here, the oil takes it up, and it's held by this little screw. This screw releases the oil when you are, and it lowers this jack down. Now, there's different size jacks, 6 ton, 4 ton, 2 ton, I think it's a ton. So, but what I'm going to show you is, if as your jack goes there, you know for a fact it's not going to reach, then what you would do is look for bricks, look for wood, look for anything, but it's got to be solid. It can't be plastics, it can't be anything that's going to, you know, deteriorating, because you're putting your life at risk. You're going to be going next to this, and you don't want it collapsing on you, the vehicle trapping you inside, underneath it, or whatever, or your legs, your hands. What I've got is, I've got here a piece of granite. Now, it doesn't really matter, it could be 2-3 bricks. But this is all just to show you, use whatever you need to do to get it to where you need it. Now, these are called wheel braces. There's many styles, thicknesses, lengths, but this is what you'll normally get in your vehicle. And if you've got a jack like this, you will have something to jack it up with. And on the end of this, there's a little compartment or a little lug which goes into this area here. that opens and closes. As you can see, it opens it and then it locks it. That is to release the jack to let it go down. Now what I've done is I'm going to get that there, make sure it's balanced neatly, get it as near as you can to where you need it. Let's see, and make sure it's good. Now, first option is you put it in, oops, sorry, you put it in there, like so, and you start to pump. And as you can see, the jack part, the middle part is coming up. Now obviously you don't want to do that all the way. You do that until it starts to touch and no more. You don't need it to go raising it yet. And I'll show you why. And as you can see, it's very simple to do. Right, let me get into position. And I like it probably there. Now, that's just taken. Look, it's not moving, and it's good, solid. I don't need these, so I'm moving these out the way. I'm going to use the wheel brace, which has got different lug sizes. Lugs are the nuts, the threads, the bolts, what that go on there. You put it on, try it. Now that's wobbly. That one is perfect. Now it's always lefty loosey, righty tighty. Simple words, you know. Pull that on, get pressed down, because sometimes you won't be able to do this on your own. If it's a tyre, that should have been put on properly. Just put your foot down and push. Even if it falls off, it falls off. But it's loosened it. So once you've done that, it becomes easier to turn. Now that's going to impress the girls, because it's showing that you're a man and you know what you're doing. Go to the next one. Now by having the tyre on the ground, the tyre is not going to move, which is a good thing. Because you don't, if that tyre was moved, if this was a flat tyre, then you would leave it to the ground so that the flat tyre is literally touching the ground and it can't move, it can't spin. And you'll notice that. Put your foot on and push. And as you can see, once you've undone it, it rides the rest of the all the way off. Don't lose these, you'll need them. Note the way that they go back on. There's a top piece there, and a flat piece. The flat piece faces you. The rounded bit, thinner bit, goes into the lug. So I'm putting that there. Again, press down and undo. Right, I'll shut up for a minute, I think, unless I see something I need you to know, and I'll get this off as quick as I can. This is live timing, obviously there's no editing. You'll see it all and how simple it is to do. And there you go. Right, don't always take all of them off. Get them all prepared. You can leave one or two on there so it doesn't collapse and fall forward. Now you jack up the vehicle and take the weight off the tyres. As you're jacking it up, like I said, this one is a 4 ton. It does actually say 4 ton. It's a Ford. It's a 4 ton one. And jack it up. Now your car will do exactly the same as what this is doing. Doesn't matter, you know, which tyre you're doing it with. It's going to take it off. Right, I'm taking this to the limit. It's going past. This doubles up, so it's got that again. Now, as you can see, it's running free. So what we're going to do is take the other two lugs off. All you clever guys out there are probably looking at this going, well, it's not flat. Well, I know it's not. But I have replaced the other one, the one on the other side, which I had to blow out today. I'll wait there and look at that. I replaced the other side, and these tyres for this trailer cost $89 plus tax. So I got two. And I got two the same. Now there's no different. Actually, I think one maybe slightly. No, they're about the same, but they're different. They're both the same number on the tyre. So it's ST175 /80 R13s. They're both the same, just different makes. So I thought, well, I'll keep two, and now I've got a spare in case. So this may be the spare from your vehicle, and sometimes the spare from your vehicle looks skinnier, looks plain, and it might look like just like this, boring. It might not have any aluminium wheels or alloy wheels, whatever you call them. It'll just be a basic tyre, the right size, thinner, and the reason why they do that is so that because you look at it at the wheel, you might have got a really nice pair of hubs and everything. And if you, it makes you want to change them out, so you don't ride the spare. The spare is only to get you off the motorway, off a road, major road or whatever, to get you into a tyre centre to get a new tyre on your fancy wheels, hubs. Right. So obviously this is a 5 lug, well, and then what we do is just spin it around until it goes on. There you go, that's on. Now remember what I said, flat facing you. So you put those in. Oops. Doesn't matter how they go on, just put them on hand tight. Uh-oh, police are coming to get me. Okay, here we go. If you have broke down on a motorway and your back's facing the traffic, make sure you get signs on behind you. Make sure you get your triangles, your safety devices. Make sure your hazards are flashing, and if there is someone in the car with you, get them out the car and get them away from the side. Accidents happen. People on motorways are idiots. I mean, I've been on there and there's tired drivers, people are not concentrating, people are going on their mobile phones, and you are the first thing that they're not expecting to see. So if you've got your back to them, then just be aware. Police officers and people have died changing tyres. So be safe. Get your driver, passenger out of the vehicle while you're doing it. Don't get them stood around you. If it's night time and you've got a flashlight or a torch, as the English call it, then get it used. Okay, now I've done this hand tie, and as you saw me, I kept shaking it because there's lugs. Those lugs go in little holes, and it sits in the hole. Right, that's tight. But now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the pressure off and lower this down. Again, using this device, pushing it into the screw area down there, releasing it slowly. There you go. You can speed it up or slow it down by turning it gently. That's now, and I'm locking it back on. I don't need to, but it's not going to move. And the reason why we do that, so we can put this on and tighten it up. Because if you start tightening it up when it's up in the air, it'll just keep spinning around. Right, last part. and it is short and sweet. Tighten it, not too tight straight away. Go from one lug to the opposite direction, either that one or that one, it doesn't really matter. Go to the opposite direction. Tighten it, again, go up, tighten it, and you will see it's pulling it in, and you will see that you can now start, you can still move the ones that aren't tight. Just tighten it up, and then the opposite one. Tighten it up, and then the opposite one. Tighten it up, opposite one. Again. And as you can see, I can turn it nearly every time. And it's when you can't turn it, obviously if it's a woman doing it, if you can't turn it as tight as you can, then what you need to do, let me just check, you go around, check them up. What you need to do then is, let's start with this one. Put your foot down and do the opposite. So you're going righty-tighty, left, so you're going right. Press down and pull. Tight. Go opposite direction again to the opposite lug and pull. Opposite lug and pull. Opposite lug and pull. That will get you, that's finished, that's done. I can now release the jack and it goes all the way down, and then once it's, I can press it down with my foot. Done. Don't forget to lock it back off. Ready for the next one. Tighten it back up. That's done. Make sure you put your tools away. If you're on the side of a road, make sure you throw any wood or take it in the car or get rid of it. Get it off, away from the road, get it on the sides. And that is how simple it is. Hi guys, sorry about this. I just remembered that there was something else I needed to tell you. There are two or several types of jacks. Obviously, other than tonnage, which are the same style, there's another type called the scissor jack. And the scissor jack, normally a little black flat unit, and it's normally for cars, not for heavier vehicles. The scissor jack is about that sort of size, like that, but it goes up. There's a flat piece on the top, and as you jack it up, like the same sort of thing as this, you start jacking it, it goes up like this. It's called a scissor jack. So it goes up, but there's a piece on the top there that takes the weight. So it's all in one piece, but as you pump it up, it goes like this, it goes high, there's a flat piece on top, and then on that flat piece there's something similar to this. The fingers, it's got a gap, a groove, and what that's for is, under some of the cars, smaller vehicles, there is a double lined skin. It's about an inch thick, inch depth, and about 0.25 of an inch wide. And it's something, let's imagine this is it. So you'll have a rib, a double lined skin under the vehicle near the tyres, and that is so that you can put your jack inside onto it like this and then jack it up, and it will push the vehicle up like you saw it do, like you saw me doing it. Now this here has the same sort of thing. It's got the ribs, it's got the cross here, so I can turn it this way or turn it that way, and it will go into a rib underneath the vehicle to stop it from moving. I'm pushing hard there, and you can see it's not going out because of the weight. So that is where you want to be putting your jacks, on the rib, the thin bar like this, but it's only small. So you put it on there, that's where you start to jack it up. If you put it on a flat part, it may push straight through your footwell, and then obviously your car just drops down. This will be straight through your vehicle because they're only thin it's only thin metal underneath. You don't want that to happen. So make sure you put it, your scissor jack or your jack, if you've got the area underneath that rib, put it onto the rib. That will support it. That's thick for a reason, to help lift the vehicle up. Okay, now if you like my videos, subscribe. If you've got any questions, send me a comment. I look forward to hearing from you guys. I will respond within 1 hour. So it's normally 30 minutes, but I will say it's, you know, it can be about an hour. So, and I'll respond with the best way I can. Thank you very much, guys, and have a good one.